Yeah, she
They know.
knows how to find that YouTube show she likes and like shops.
Beyond pictures, Vladislav Doronin and Naomi Campbell were perfect for each other. They were the power couple on the list of celebrity lovers, but their golden relationship fell apart. How did that happen when they showed the world how inseparable they were? Did Naomi's long list of lovers get in the way? How are they doing without each other? Keep watching as we dissect the stallion relationship of the century and how life turned out after the breakup. Two hearts with one love. Naomi and Doronin's 5-year relationship had them dancing in the clouds. They looked so much in love that fans hashtagged them as couple goals. At first, they tried to keep their dating history private, but it was obvious the lovebirds couldn't stand being away from each other. Soon, the world knew about their secret. It was a relief for the couple as they wanted to enjoy moments in public without questions and raised brows. However, the paparazzi never gave them a break as they were constantly on the internet. From luxury vacations to weekend getaways and exquisite dinner nights, you name it. Their photographs offer the world a lovely glimpse into their relationship timeline. They attended lavish events together and seemed to have a solid romance brewing between them. Naomi's relationship with Doronin was one of her publicly confirmed affairs. Who are these couples? How did they cross paths despite their separate worlds? Let's take a quick trip down memory lane so you can see why fans love them. The power couple. On May 22, 1970, Naomi Elaine Campbell was born in Streatham, South London. She grew up knowing only her mother, Valerie Morris, as her father had separated from him while she was pregnant with Naomi. Valerie was a Jamaican dancer, and she kept her job to support her daughter. Naomi spent most of her early years in Rome, where Valerie worked at the time. Although things were difficult for the two ladies, their mother made sure education was a priority. She enrolled Naomi at Barbara Speake Stage School and the Italia Conti Academy of Theatre Arts in London. In 1985, she got a stepfather after her mother remarried and took on his last name. She had a beautiful childhood experience with her younger and half-sibling Pierre. At your age, Naomi had a sense of independence. I had a really great childhood, but I always felt like a grown-up in a child's body. At the age of 5, I was enrolled at the Barbara Speake Stage School, which meant taking a bus and 2 trains each morning from my home in Stockwell, London. At the age of 13, she moved to the Italia Conti School, but she had already been involved in show business. Naomi was in several television and music videos from the age of 7. She featured in Bob Marley's Is This Love video, even when she was unaware of how big a star he was. She tap danced in the Culture Club's I'll Tumble For Ya video at 12. Do you know who was her biggest inspiration? It was Valerie. She watched her mother chase her dreams to be a dancer with so much dedication and was inspired to do the same. At some point, Valerie's career took her out of London, and Naomi had to stay with her grandmother. When I was 12 or 13, she appeared in a fashion show, and I remember her showing me how to walk in the hallway at home. Lionel Richie was playing in the background, and I watched her walk up and down to the beat of the music. This was the career-deciding moment for Naomi. She knew she wanted to become a model. At that young age, she had a clear idea of the type of clothes she loved. Black dresses, jackets, and Dr. Martens were her best fits for school. Fast forward to a warm April afternoon in 1980, when the 15-year-old was discovered by the head of the synchro agency, Beth Bolt. That was the turning point for Naomi, whose immediate reaction was surprise and excitement at Beth's modeling invitation. Her mother was skeptical about the idea, as she had heard countless stories of extortion and kidnapping of young girls who had the same dreams as her daughter. She just wanted Naomi to be safe and finish her education, but the young girl had other ideas. A few weeks later, I went to see Beth on my own. On my first visit, she parted my hair in the middle, applied my makeup, and took me up to the roof in my school uniform to take a few black and white pictures. Eventually, Mom decided I could model, so long as it didn't interfere with my schoolwork or exams. She immediately rose to fame upon entering the fashion world. After signing with Synchro, her first gig was a big shoot with British Elle. After that, 5 American agents flew over to London with proposals. They all wanted to work with Naomi Campbell, and her collaborations with them marked the beginning of her breathtaking runway performance and achievements. She partnered with top designers, including Chanel, Azzedine Alaïa, and Versace. She was a head-turner. Her catwalk was mesmerizing and sheer perfection. Naomi knew the effect she had when she stepped on the runway and graced magazine covers. She had the most enchanting smile in the room. Her compelling features, smooth walk, and energy drove her to the top of the fashion elite. It's one of the reasons she became Anna Wintour's favorite. Several renowned photographers sought opportunities to walk with Naomi. She was that sensational. She became a top British model and the first Black model to appear on the cover of French Vogue and other prestigious international editions of magazines, including Vogue, Elle, The Times, and Rolling Stone. She has appeared in over 500 such magazines. Naomi Campbell emerged as a pivotal figure in the supermodel world of the 80s and 90s. She became one of the top 3 models at the time. You couldn't mention a list without including Naomi. She was a professional, and it paid off with the accolades and endorsements she received. She was among the 6 models who were tagged as the first supermodels. Her name was written alongside great women like Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, and Claudia Schiffer. She was one of the fast-rising international superstars. It's no surprise she captivated the Billionaire the first time they met. Let's delve into the life of Vladislav Doronin and explore how he ascended to become an international mogul. He was born on the 7th of November, 1962 in St. Petersburg. The Russian native has always been determined and committed to business. Upon completing his degree from Moscow Lomonosov State University, he relocated to Switzerland. Doronin had less than $250, but was set to succeed at something. He secured a job with financier Mark Rich and began an apprenticeship in the trading industry. In the 80s, he moved to Hong Kong for work purposes. He began trading commodities in his 20s, but he wanted more. The desire to build his company led him to co-found the Capital Group in 1991. The Moscow firm specialized in metals and oil trading. Doronin worked with his former boss, Mark Rich, until he became a professional in the business. Not long after, Capital Group expanded its trading and stepped into the real estate market with retail projects and exquisite residential buildings. One of the major offers he got was to build a large office building in Moscow to cater to Western clients. Soon, his company became the best in developing Western-style office work. This earned him the trust of major companies, including IBM and Philip Morris. Vladislav Doronin is the president of the Russian real estate and construction company centered on developing elite housing. He has developed over 75 square feet of property around the world.
I built 75 million square feet, 71.
057 to 105. He is worth $1 billion and owns several businesses worldwide. With all this success, Doronin went in search of the one thing missing in his life: true love. How did the fashion diva and billionaire cross paths? Let's find out. The worlds collide. Naomi and Doronin met at the Cannes Festival in 2008. Before the event, they were strangers to each other. They only heard and read about each other in tabloids. They exchanged pleasantries and, after a couple of dinners, decided to pursue a relationship. For Naomi, this was the longest she had been in a love commitment, as she had been unlucky in that area. She and the billionaire were inseparable, and the world loved what they had going on. Doronin treated Naomi to lavish trips. She lived like a princess and enjoyed all the luxury Doronin's net worth could afford. At some point, they lived together in his mansion in Russia and toured around the world in their leisure time. Although an established personality, he gained international recognition during his relationship with Naomi. Fans quickly extended the love they had for Naomi to her new man. There were rumors of a proposed marriage, but that never materialized as they ended things in 2013. What caused their breakup? Was it Naomi's former partners? Was it the woman in Doronin's life? Keep watching to find out. The model's dating history. Naomi Campbell's dating history is one for the books. She was known to date the 1% elite. When it comes to high-profile men, no famous actress or model comes close to Naomi's record. You can't blame the supermodel. Her beauty and intelligence always draw these great figures to her. She is gorgeous, high-profile, feisty, and accomplished. It sounds like a relationship checklist for other superstars. Although the model has had an unlucky streak with love, her dating history is impressive. From pop stars, actors, business tycoons, and oil magnates, she has had it all. The first figure she was linked to was Robert De Niro. There were several rumors about them in the early 90s, but they eventually quieted down with her engagement to U2 bass player Adam Clayton in 1993. Although they separated a year later, they kept a cordial relationship. In her 2015 interview with the Irish Independent, Naomi stated, "I'm friends with the whole of U2. The whole band was great. Their kids are all grown up. It's nice to know people for so long and still have a relationship. I only have very positive things to say about him. I am very proud of Adam." Naomi also dated Mike Tyson, but they had a chaotic relationship. In 2015, she met Leonardo DiCaprio, and they immediately hit it off. However, the actor wasn't ready for something serious, hence their fleeting timeline. They decided it was better to stay as friends and moved on to other partners. Flavio Briatore came into the picture years later in 1998. Although their relationship spanned 2 years, they broke off. Flavio said she was great, but better as a friend than a girlfriend. That remark didn't sit well with Naomi, who fired back. "I'm not going to be a trophy. If you expect me to be in the kitchen cooking breakfast in high heels, looking as though I just stepped out of a fashion magazine, it's not going to happen." In 2005, she dated Badr Jafar for 10 months, but the moments they spent together were memorable. After their split, they've been seen together. He hired 8 floors of the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai to throw her a £1 million party. Well, Jafar is worth over £2 billion, so his splurge for Naomi's 35th birthday was no problem. Before she met Dorinan, she was in a relationship with Marcus Ella. The Brazilian magnates even proposed to her, but things went south afterwards. Many wondered if Naomi ended things with Dorinan because she rekindled an old affair. Was the billionaire in love with someone else? What do you think happened? Keep watching. The other women. Would you be surprised if we told you the other woman who came in between the power couple was his wife? Before Campbell came into the picture, there was another woman, Ekaterina Doronin. She was his wife for several years, and they had 3 children together. Campbell wanted something stable with Doronin, but he wasn't ready to fully commit to her. She couldn't understand why he was hesitant about breaking off the relationship with his wife, despite them being separated. On some occasions, Doronin's wife and daughters would live in the same apartment as him and Naomi. Fans were outraged upon discovery. They couldn't believe what was going on behind closed doors. Some said such a relationship was doomed to fail as the couple would never get a moment to themselves. While they came off as the perfect pair in public, there were so many ugly events behind the scenes. He refused to divorce his wife, and rumors circulated that he was having an affair with one of Naomi's friends. While Doronin said his wife was aware of his relationship with Campbell, many believed he was indecisive by stringing 2 women along. A close source told Page 6 that Doronin always felt stifled by Naomi's world. Although he was famous, he was one of the elites who enjoyed private space. He wasn't used to being in public or having many flashlights the moment he stepped out. However, it was the complete opposite of Naomi's life and career. As a supermodel, she's had her life invaded by cameras and piercing eyes as she walked numerous runways. After several events, she had grown accustomed to it and had come to embrace it as part of show business. Unknown to Naomi, this significant part of her life was a huge problem for Doronin, who felt too swept up in the world of celebrity. Naomi brought the glamour his resorts and properties needed, and he was a gentleman to the lady. He treated her well. Their busy schedules didn't help issues as they spent so much time apart due to their engaging careers. Despite being together, they were both established figures in their different worlds. Most of the time, it was hard to find common ground. Although there were rumors about their wedding, the model knew a fancy wedding wasn't an achievement. A healthy marriage was the real price. At that point, she and Doronin were far from it. The rift between them never allowed them to see the wonderful future that could have been if they had resolved their differences. Naomi is a high-maintenance woman, and it takes a special breed to keep her. Doronin wasn't ready, so she walked out the door and never returned. Many of Naomi's fans applauded her for leaving, as they discussed how many women confused comfort with a happy love life. The supermodel knew what she wanted, and when things weren't working with Doronin, she called it off. The house he built for her could not have been the wedding present as her fans thought. He was married to Ekaterina and had no intention of getting a divorce because it would have been too costly for him. The legal battle. Naomi's 4-year relationship with Doronин was one of the longest she's been in. Sadly, it ended with a fierce legal war between her and her one-time lover. After the couple parted ways in 2013, fans thought that was the end of a conversation between them. The internet was in for a surprise after the couple had a legal contest. It turned out they had silently been at each other's throats. In 2020, Naomi sued the Billionaire, and he responded with a lawsuit against her. It was a fierce battle between the lovebirds who couldn't get enough of each other in the past. Naomi sued him to retrieve some of her belongings that were in his possession. Although they weren't married, their legal dispute highlighted the complexities that can arise without marriage. Fans spoke about the couple so much that it hurt them to see Naomi and Doronin coming at each other with lawsuits. While some critics believe their relationship was a business arrangement, they couldn't deny that Naomi loved the Billionaire. Their relationship might not have worked out, but it brought out the best in her. Naomi brought the same dedication she had given to her career into her relationship with the Billionaire. She had been through several failed love affairs. She wanted something stable. It's why her split from Doronin tore her apart and kept her off the dating scene for a long while. However, she moved on with other love interests after him. In 2017, Naomi was in the news for her relationship with Egyptian millionaire Louis Camilleri. Although he was way older, the supermodel couldn't resist his charms. They met and bonded at several events before they began dating, but it was short-lived. Another of Naomi's most publicized relationships was with Scapita. In 2018, the rapper and model released raunchy photographs for GQ magazine and set the internet on fire. Responding to the outage, she said, "We basically did that shoot on our own. It wasn't for any publication. And once I saw the pictures, I was like, no, we should come out. I started making some calls. It wasn't like I was going to wait months for it to come out. It's either got to come out in the next few or it ain't coming out at all." In a joint interview, the couple denied claims about their romantic relationship, but it was obvious to everyone around them. They maintained a close bond after their separation. The rapper mentioned Naomi on one of his tracks in 2020. Naomi's relationship with Liam Payne was one many didn't see coming. He was 23 years her junior, but they were in love. It began as a harmless exchange of texts on Instagram and developed into a serious affair. They went on a few dates together, including loved-up moments at the concert of musician Davido at the O2 Arena. To Liam, Naomi was perfection, but they couldn't keep it up for so long. When asked about her love life, she said, "I mean, it's crazy. It's like one day it's one person, the next day it's another. Who is tomorrow? That's what I want to know. For me, I laugh. The stories are incredible. It's humorous. I just get on with my life." Many believed her relationships never lasted because of her rigorous schedule as a top and hardworking supermodel. Although she had enjoyed an astonishing career success, this area was a struggle for Naomi. How did she deal with it? Was there a reconnection with Doronin? Life apart. Despite her relationship controversies, she has maintained her status as a fashion icon. She made a seamless transition from supermodel to businesswoman with the launch of her production company. She has established numerous ventures to mentor others and pave the way for aspiring models. In the 20th and 21st centuries, Naomi Campbell stands as one of the legendary supermodels. She holds the record as the first Black supermodel to gain international recognition, as well as a feature in Vogue. Before her, no Black woman had been seen on the cover. She gave many Black future models hope that they could also take on the big stage. Decades later, the fashion industry is represented by numerous women of color. Many young Black women are proud of their cultural heritage because Naomi made them believe it was possible. Naomi Campbell isn't all about walking runways. She pursued a career as an actress and singer, amassing a substantial net worth of over $80 million. She has been featured in several movies and television series, including Zoolander, Girl 6, I Feel Pretty, Hotel, and Empire. She has made appearances in videos by top musicians, including George Michael, Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Aretha Franklin. She worked as a supermodel coach and executive producer for reality television series like The Face US, The Face UK, and The Face Australia. She partnered with Cosmopolitan Cosmetics to launch 20 women's fragrances. How incredible is that? In 2019, The superstar landed her first beauty campaign and appeared in a NARS Cosmetics advertisement. In 2020, Naomi decided to connect with her audience on a deeper level through her YouTube web series, No Filter with Naomi. It gained her new subscribers on the app. She has been making significant progress since the breakup. Naomi is also a renowned activist for racial diversity in the fashion world. Off the glamour, she enjoys charity work, focusing on child support and education about social issues. Naomi published a book, Swan, and released her album Baby Woman in 1994. Although it failed to chart in the UK, it was a major hit in Japan. In 1996, she published Naomi. It seems the actress has a lot of life experience to share as she followed up with Naomi Campbell in 2016. She is one of the most renowned figures in the fashion world. She is one of the most beautiful women to have ever walked the entire planet. Her beauty is unsurpassed. Naomi is unbelievably stunning from head to toe. She made her fortune off her gorgeous looks and passion. Another beautiful season in Naomi's life was motherhood. She had always wanted to be a mother. I always knew that one day I would be a mother, but it's the biggest joy I could ever imagine. It's something she's been planning for a long time. I think about having children all the time, but now, with the way science is, I think I can do it when I want. In 2020, Naomi welcomed her first daughter at 51. The new mom shared a lovely photo and wrote, "A beautiful little blessing has chosen me to be her mother. I am so honored to have this gentle soul in my life. There are no words to describe the lifelong bond that I now share with you, my angel. There is no greater love." 2 years later, she revealed the birth of her son. Campbell frequently discusses her children in interviews. Her daughter never ceases to mesmerize her, but she wouldn't have it any other way.
I can't believe she finds my phone, she knows how to swipe.
While her fans celebrated the birth of her kids, they were interested in knowing how she welcomed them. Although Naomi never disclosed the method, many believed it was surrogacy. She is very protective of her babies and tries to keep vital information about them private. When they appear on her social media, their faces are usually away from the camera. Naomi likes to do things her way, and we can't be mad at her. She's entitled to her privacy and personal life and can protect her children's identity as she sees fit. To ease up the stress from her busy life, the 55-year-old takes her children on vacations. When Campbell is not in the news for a new partner or on a latest magazine cover, she spends her time visiting pivotal elites across the world. Supermodel Naomi Campbell has professed her happiness at being a single mother to her 2 young children. Her fans love her style. She's evolved to become one of the top fashion icons for several decades. Fans seem to be more thrilled about the news of her babies. They are happy that the model can now give her children unconditional love and watch them grow. She is more beautiful now than she has ever been. Naomi doesn't look like she has aged a day. She stays young and still has the iconic effect whenever she steps into the room. She is still very hardworking and always on the go. While her love life mind is in shambles, the supermodel is happy about the great things happening in her life, and that's what matters most. Naomi Campbell rose from being a regular teenager to a historical Vogue cover model. She has the hotline to several world leaders and continues to advocate for change and development. Despite her devastating relationships and heartbreaks, she's thankful for the blessings she's received. Naomi prides herself on being a mom to 2 lovely children and continues to make strides in the fashion world. Is her billionaire partner also making moves? Let's do a little catch-up on Mr. Doranin after his split from Campbell. What would a billionaire do after a breakup? Doranin showed us that smart investments and strategic business purchases are the best way to overcome a heartbreak. A year after his split from Campbell, he purchased Amman Resorts with a group of partners for $358 million. Amman operates over 30 prestige resorts in 20 countries. An average room in the resort features private villas with a pool and dining area. The resort is currently worth over $3 billion. With this much wealth, one would think Doranin would take a break from purchasing businesses. No, he doesn't. Not when he sees the prospect of making more. In 2015, he acquired all the shares in Amman and became its sole owner. He paid $500 million for 24 floors in the Crown Building, New York City, and converted it into 83 exquisite condo and hotel suites. In 2025, he sold his home in the prestigious Miami Star Island for $120 million. The house was worth $16 million at the time of purchase in 2009. After his breakup, he has done pretty well for himself. If getting hitched to a young Russian model is Doronen's happy place, then it seems he has found love. He married a younger woman. Many fans couldn't believe that Doronen went for someone over 30 years younger than Naomi. They wondered if he felt intimidated by the model's confidence and wanted someone he could instead boss around without the opposition. He never wanted Naomi to work, and she never wanted to be a trophy girlfriend or wife. Naomi's career gave her fulfillment, and she didn't want to lose it for anything. Naomi is also living her best life. Who cares who the father of the children is? What's important is, they'll get the love they were desperately seeking. Some fans said he gave Naomi what she wanted, and she gave him the love and peace he needed, even though it was for a short while. Naomi and Doronen might not be together, but they deserve love, and we hope it finds them in a peaceful and happy place. What do you think about Naomi Campbell's relationship with Doronen? Do you think she will ever find love? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Before you go, watch the other videos on your screen.